Right, students, in this video I want to cover the rest of the topics in 15th group, that is phosphorus pentachloride, and next one oxyacids of the phosphorus. Right, so phosphorus pentachloride preparation. So first let us discuss the preparation of the phosphorus pentachloride. So this one we can prepare by treating white phosphorus with 10 moles of the chlorine gas, and we can get here PCl5, that is 2 moles, 4 moles. 4 moles of the PCl5 we can get. When white phosphorus is treated with 10 moles of the chlorine gas, we can get the 4 moles of the PCl5. And next one, by treating white phosphorus with 10 moles of the SO2Cl2, we can get 4 moles of the PCl5, and we can get the 10 moles of the SO2 gas. Right? So in this way we can prepare the phosphorus pentachloride. And the next one, properties. Properties of the phosphorus pentachloride. So this phosphorus pentachloride, which is a yellowish white solid, and next when it is treated with water, this PCl5, when it is treated with water, we can get 2 moles of the HCl, and the next we can get here POCl3. This POCl3 furtherly when it is hydrolysis, POCl3 when it is furtherly hydrolysis, then from this we can get orthophosphoric acid, that is H3PO4, and next one we can get here HCl. Right? So to balance this, you multiply this one with 2. Okay. Right. And the next one, upon heating this PCl5, upon heating this one, this is present in the solid state. Upon heating, this one undergoes sublimation, means this one turns into gaseous state. But on strong heating, this one decomposes to give PCl3 gas, and next one Cl2 gas. Right? So properties: this is a yellowish white solid, and when it is reacting with water, we can get POCl3. This POCl3 furtherly treated with water, from that we can get orthophosphoric acid. Upon heating, this one undergoes sublimation, means directly turns from solid to gas. Upon strong heating, this one decomposes to give PCl3, and the next one Cl2 gas. Right. And the next properties. This one reacts with the organic compounds containing OH group and gives respective products. Let us see. So PCl5 reacts with organic compounds containing OH group. Example, acetic acid. This is organic compound containing OH group. When it is reacting with CH3COOH, and here we can get CH3COCl plus POCl3, and we can get HCl. Right? And one more example, PCl5 when it is treated with C2H5OH, ethyl alcohol. Here also we can get C2H5Cl ethyl chloride plus POCl3, and next one HCl. Right. And next one, this PCl5 can oxidize the metals like silver, and next one tin. When 2 moles of the silver is treated with PCl5, then here Ag undergoes oxidation by giving 2 moles of the AgCl salt, silver chloride salt, and the byproduct is here PCl3. And like that, tin, when it is treated with PCl5, when it is treated with PCl5, we can get SnCl4. The next one we can get here PCl2. Right? Okay, so these are the properties, and next one we need to discuss the structure of the PCl5. So PCl5 has trigonal bipyramidal geometry in liquid state and gaseous state. In case of liquid or gaseous state, so the geometry of the molecule is trigonal bipyramidal geometry. Trigonal bipyramidal geometry. So the shape of the molecule is present like this. So three bonds are present in a same plane like this. So now these three are present in a same plane. So here all the atoms are present in same plane, and next one above the plane one chlorine is bonded with phosphorus, and below the plane another chlorine is bonded with phosphorus. So here these three bonds are identical and they are known as equatorial bonds. Equatorial bonds. And next one, the bonds which are present in vertical fashion, they are known as axial bonds. They are known as axial bonds. Here, the bond length of the equatorial bonds less than the bond length of the axial bonds. This bond length is 240 picometers, and the bond length of this one and third one, this is 202 picometers. Here, axial bond pairs experience more repulsions comparing with equatorial bonds. Due to the repulsions here, they have more bond length. And the next one, in solid state. In solid state, this one is present as an ionic solid. So in case of solid state, this is present as an ionic solid. So now in this ionic solid, PCl4 plus and PCl6 minus. In solid state, phosphorus pentachloride exists as an ionic solid. In that ionic solid, PCl4 is cation and PCl6 is anion. Here, the geometry of the PCl5, the geometry of the PCl4, that is cation, is tetrahedral geometry. So around this one, three chlorines present in tetrahedral fashion like this. So this is tetrahedral geometry. And next one, anion exists as a anion shows octahedral geometry. So this is phosphorus. Around this one, 6 chlorines present in octahedral fashion. So like this. So over this there is a minus charge. So this is the geometry of the phosphorus pentachloride in various states. In case of liquid and gaseous state, phosphorus pentachloride present in trigonal bipyramidal geometry. In case of solid state, this one exists as an ionic solid, and here in this ionic solid, cation is PCl4 and here anion is PCl6, and cation exists in tetrahedral geometry and anion exists as octahedral. So this is about the phosphorus pentachloride. Okay guys, phosphorus forms a number of oxy acids. So now let me start with hypophosphorus acid. Formula is H3PO2. So now H3PO2 structure let me draw. So now here phosphorus present at the center, and next one this is a double bond with oxygen, and next one OH group present. The next one, 2 hydrogens connected with the phosphorus. Now this is the structure of the H3PO2. Now from this structure we can write the various types of bonds present in this one. Types of bonds. So in this one we have one P double bond O bond. One P double bond O bond is present. In the next one there is one POH bond. And next one we have 2 pH bonds. 2 pH bonds are present. And the next one oxidation state. Let us calculate the oxidation state on the phosphorus in this molecule. So now there is one phosphorus atom and next one two oxygen atoms present and three hydrogen atoms present. The overall oxidation state or charge on the molecule is 0. So now you know guys, oxygen forms -2 oxidation state and hydrogen forms +1 oxidation state. Now from this 2 into -2 we can get -4 plus 3 equal to 0, that equals to +1. So now in this molecule phosphorus has +1 oxidation state. Okay, so phosphorus has +1 oxidation state in this molecule. And next one, this one we can obtain by treating white phosphorus with alkali, like NaOH or KOH. So when you treat the phosphorus with alkali base like sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide, we can get H3PO2. Right guys? So now here one more thing, you see guys, this one when you dissolve in water, this one can release only one H plus ion. So this one when you dissolve in water, hydrophosphorus acid, when it is dissolved in water, this one gives only one H plus ion. So which hydrogen turns as H plus when this is dissolved in water? The hydrogen which is connected with oxygen, that is highly acidic in nature, and that one will be released in the form of H plus ion, and the anion is here H2PO2 minus. H2PO2 minus we can get. So this is hypophosphite ion. This is hypophosphoric acid. When it is dissolved in water, we can get only one H plus ion. This one can release only one H plus ion. The rest of the anion is H2PO2 minus, which is known as hypophosphorite. Now here this one is giving only one H plus. Now we can say that this is monobasic acid, because this one is giving only one H plus ion in water. Now these hydrogens won't dissociate as H plus ions because these are not much more acidic. So this one is highly acidic. This hydrogen is connected with oxygen and this is highly acidic, and this one dissociates as H plus ion. Right. And one more thing guys here, if you observe the geometry of the phosphorus in this molecule, that is tetrahedral geometry, and the hybridization of the phosphorus is sp3 hybridization. So here I will give you one simple formula to know the hybridization from this structure. Hybridization is nothing but number of sigma bonds plus number of lone pairs. Now in this one, number of sigma bonds, let us connect. All the single bonds are sigma bonds. This is a single bond, so sigma, single bond, sigma. And here two bonds are there. So one bond is sigma bond and another one is pi bond. So now you calculate the number of sigma bonds. Here number of sigma bonds are 4, and the next one lone pairs are 0. So then here value you can get 4. It means whenever you get the value 4, it means sp3 hybridization. If you get the value 2, which is sp hybridization, if you get the value 3, that is sp2 hybridization. If you get value 4, that is sp3. If you get value 5, that is sp3 dehybridization. If there is value 2 from this formula for hybridization, if you get value 2, it means 2 orbitals should be present in hybridization, S and P. If value is 3 orbitals should be present, sp2, 2 p orbitals and 1 s orbital hybridized to give sp2 hybrid orbital. And here whenever you get the value 4, then 4 orbitals, 1 s and 3 p orbitals hybridized and gives 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. So now this is a simple formula to find out the hybridization of a molecule, right? So next, right guys, so next oxophosphorus acid, oxo acid of phosphorus is orthophosphoric acid. Orthophosphoric acid is also known as orthophosphorus acid, which is simply also known as phosphorus acid. Formula is H3PO3. So first structure. So regarding every oxo acid of the phosphorus, we need to discuss four things, guys. Structure. Next one, what are the types of bonds present in that acidic molecule? And the next one, what is the oxidation state on the phosphorus? And next one, what are the starting materials? I mean, by using which chemicals we can prepare this one. So these are the things mainly we need to discuss regarding each and every one. First, structure. So now here phosphorus present, and there is double bond with oxygen, and next one here OH bond present with phosphorus, and one more OH, and this is hydrogen. So now here phosphorus is connected with O with double bond, and two OH groups with single bonds, and with hydrogen with single bond. So this is the structure of the H3PO3, orthophosphorus acid. And the next one, types of bonds. So here what are the different types of bond? In this molecule there is one P double bond O. P O double bond. Okay. So P double bond O bond one present. And the next one here we have two POH bonds. So this one and this one. And here in this one we have only one pH bond. So this is about the types of bonds present in this one. And next one, third one, oxidation state. Oxidation state on the phosphorus in this molecule. Right. So now in this one we have one phosphorus atom, and the next one we have three hydrogen atoms, and we have three oxygen atoms. The overall charge on the molecule equal to 0. Guys, always hydrogen has, except when it is combined with metals, when it is combined with non-metals, hydrogen shows +1 oxidation state, and oxygen shows -2 oxidation state, except when it is combined with fluorine. Oxygen, when it is combined with fluorine, it shows +2 oxidation state, and in remaining cases, when it is combined with other elements other than fluorine, it shows -2 oxidation state. So now P plus, so 3 hydrogens are there, means +3, and the next one 3 oxygens are present. So 3 into -2, it will be -6 equal to 0. So here phosphorus has +3 oxidation state. Phosphorus has +3 oxidation state. And this one we can prepare by treating phosphorus trioxide with water. Upon treating this P2O3 with water, we can get H3PO3. Right. And next one, guys, what about the geometry of the molecule? So now, if you know the hybridization, then easily we can predict the geometry of the molecule. So I told you a formula to find out the geometry. Geometry, hybridization equal to number of sigma bonds plus number of lone pairs. Number of sigma bonds plus number of lone pairs. So now here sigma bonds, you see, all single bonds are sigma bonds. Sigma, sigma, sigma. And whenever you have a double bond, one bond is sigma and another one is 5. So now here we have 4 sigma bonds, that equal to 4, and the number of lone pairs are 0 here. So value is 4. When value is 4, that one undergoes sp3 hybridization. So now here phosphorus undergoes sp3 hybridization. The geometry of the molecule is tetrahedral geometry. sp3 hybridization, and the next one tetrahedral geometry. And one more thing here, when it is dissolved in water, this one can release 2 H plus ions, because here 2 OH bonds are there, 2 OH groups are there. That's why when it is dissolved in water, this one can release 2 H plus ions, and the anion is HPO3 minus 2. HPO3 minus 2. This is known as orthophosphorite. Orthophosphorite. HPO3 minus 2 is known as orthophosphorite. So now this one gives 2 H plus ions in water. That's why this is known as dibasic molecule. Dibasic molecule. H3PO3 is a dibasic molecule. So right guys, next one is orthophosphoric acid. H3PO4 is the formula which is also known as phosphoric acid. So now first let us discuss about the structure. So structure of this molecule. So phosphorus is connected with oxygen through the double bond, and next one in this one 4 OH groups present. So right, this is the structure of the orthophosphoric acid. And the next one, what are the different types of bonds present in this one? In this one we have only 2 types of bond. So 3 double bond O bond present, and next in this one we have 3 POH bonds are present. So 3 POH bonds are present in this one. So now let us calculate the oxidation state on the phosphorus. Oxidation state equal to, so in this one we have 1 phosphorus atom and 3 hydrogens and 4 oxygen atoms are present. The overall charge or overall oxidation state equal to 0. So P, so here hydrogen has +1 oxidation state. So 3 into +1 +3, and the next one 4 oxygens are there. Oxygen forms -2 oxidation state. So +4 into -2 will be -8 equal to 0. So here phosphorus has +5 oxidation state. In this molecule, H3PO4 molecule, phosphorus has +5 oxidation state. So now here we can, this one is prepared by treating P4O10, phosphorus pentoxide with water. When phosphorus pentoxide is treated with water, we can get here H3PO4 we can get. And the next one guys, what about the geometry and hybridization of this molecule? So now how many sigma bonds are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4. One is 5 bond and one is sigma bond here. Whatever 4 sigma bonds are there, so here this one undergoes sp3 hybridization. And the next one, geometry of the molecule, tetrahedral geometry. So hybridization is sp3, geometry is tetrahedral geometry. Right? And the next one, when it is dissolved in water, this one gives 3H plus ion. So you can say that this is tribasic molecule. This one, when it is dissolved in water, it gives 3H plus ion. The next one, PO4 minus 3 anion, that is phosphate ion, orthophosphate ion. So here, this one giving 3H plus ions, you can say that this is a tribasic molecule. Basicity is 3, so that is tribasic molecule. Next one students, pyrophosphorus acid. Formula is H4P2O5. So first let us see the structure of this molecule. So you take, in this one guys we have 2 phosphorus atoms. So let us take 2 phosphorus atoms, and oxygens are also present to make double bonds with oxygens. The next one, one oxygen connects the 2 phosphorus atoms, and next one here 4 hydrogen atoms are there. So OH group and OH group, and you count the number of oxygens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So oxygens are balanced in this structure, and hydrogens. So 2 hydrogens are connected, and 2 more hydrogens we have to connect here. So right guys, this is the structure of the pyrophosphorus acid. Okay, so now types of bonds present in this one. In this one we have 2 P double bond O bonds, and the next one, how many POH bonds are present? So POH bonds are here 2 present. This is first one and this is second one. So 2 POH bonds are present, and the next one pH bonds. So pH bonds are also 2 present. And the next one, there is one new bond here, that is POP bond. One POP bond present in this one. So this is about the types of bonds. And the next one, third one, oxidation state on each phosphorus atom. So now in this one we have 2 phosphorus atoms plus 5 oxygen atoms plus 4 hydrogen atoms. Overall charge equal to 0. So 2 phosphorus atoms plus 5 into oxidation state minus 2 plus hydrogen oxidation state plus 1 equal to 0. So 2p minus 10 plus 4 equal to 0. So this one 2p equal to plus 6, from this p equal to plus 3. So now guys, in this molecule each phosphorus has plus 3 oxidation state. This one has plus 3 oxidation state and this one also has plus 3 oxidation state, right? And next one, this one is prepared by treating PCl3 with H3PO3. When PCl3 is treated with H3PO3, we can get this H4P2O5. Next one, geometry and hybridization. So number of sigma bonds, how many guys? In this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sigma bonds present. So here phosphorus has sp3 hybridization. And here also same atmosphere is there. This one has sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization. So due to the sp3 hybridization, here geometry is shape of the molecule tetrahedral geometry. Here also tetrahedral geometry is present. There is tetrahedral environment around the 2 phosphorus atoms. And the next one, what about the basicity of the molecule? In this molecule you see 2 OH groups are present. So this one, when you dissolve in water, this one can give 2 H plus ions. So when you dissolve this one in water, this one gives 2 H plus ions. So you can say that this is dibasic molecule. And it is dissolved in water, H2O. So this one gives 2 H plus ions. And what about the rest of the anion? H2P2O5 minus 2. So you can say that this is dibasic molecule. Dibasic molecule. So this is about the pyrophosphorus acid. So right guys. So next oxo acid of phosphorus is hypophosphoric acid. Formula H4P2O6. So now first one, structure of this molecule. So 2 phosphorus atoms are there. P double bond O, P double bond O. And next one, OH, OH, and here also OH2 and OH. So this is the structure of this molecule, guys. So from this structure we can write the types of bonds. So in this one, guys, we have 2 P double bond O bonds. And the next one, how many POH bonds are there in this one? In this one we have 4 POH bonds. And the next one, so there is a new type of bond here, that is 1 PP bond also present in this one, right? And the next one, what about the oxidation state? So third one, oxidation state on each phosphorus in this molecule we have to find. Okay, so now, so we have 2 phosphorus atoms plus how many oxygens are there here? 6 oxygens plus 4 hydrogens present equal to 0. So 2 phosphorus atoms, 6 into minus 2 minus 12, 4 into plus 1 plus 4 equal to 0. So 2p, so this one equals to minus 8 equal to 0. That implies p equal to plus 4. So in this molecule, each one has plus 4 oxidation state. Each phosphorus has plus 4 oxidation state. And the next one, fourth one, this one is prepared when red phosphorus is treated with alkali base. When red phosphorus is treated with alkali base, we can get this H4P2O6, that is hypophosphoric acid. Alkali means here we can take either KOH or NaOH. And what about the geometry? Here hybridization is sp3, so geometry is tetrahedral geometry. And here also same thing, guys. So hybridization sp3 and geometry of the molecule is tetrahedral geometry. You see here 4 OH groups are present. So when you dissolve this in water, this one gives 4 H plus ions. So this is tetrabasic molecule. Right. So next one, students, pyrophosphoric acid formula is H4P2O7. So first we need to draw the structure of this acid, structure of this molecule. So we have two phosphorus atoms, first phosphorus and second phosphorus, and next one we put double bond, and here we put O linkage, and next one we have hydrogens and oxygens. Now guys, this is the structure of the H4P2O7 molecules. We count number of oxygens, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 oxygens are there, and 4 hydrogens are there, and 2 phosphorus atoms are present. So all the number of atoms are equal from the formula and structure. So next one, types of bonds present in this one. So we have two P double bond O bonds. Here one P double bond O bond, and here one P double bond O bond. And next one, here we have 4 POH bonds. 4 POH bonds present, and 1 POP bond present. 1 POP bond present. So this is about the types of bonds present in this one. And the next one, oxidation state. Third one, oxidation state. 2 phosphorus atoms present, and 4 hydrogen atoms present, and 7 oxygen atoms present. So 2p plus 4 hydrogen atoms. Hydrogen has plus 1 oxidation state. 4 into plus 1, 4. And the next one, oxygen has minus 2 oxidation state. 7 into minus 2 will be 14, equal to 0. So 2p minus 10 equal to 0. That implies p equal to plus 5. So here each phosphorus atom in this molecule has plus 5 oxidation state. Plus 5 oxidation state. And next one, fourth one, this one we can get upon heating H3PO4 phosphoric acid. Upon heating the orthophosphoric acid, we can get H4P2O7. Right? And the next one, you see guys, geometry. Here also each phosphorus has sp3 hybridization, and the geometry is tetrahedral geometry. Right? So geometry, tetrahedral geometry, hybridization, sp3 hybridization. And you see guys, how many OH groups are there in this one? 4 OH groups present. So here its basicity is 4. So this is tetrabasic molecule. So this is about the pyrophosphoric acid. And last one guys, polymetaphosphoric acid. So polymetaphosphoric acid structure, let me draw here. Now double bond group present. Next one, OH. So this is the structure of the polymetaphosphoric acid. So now again here same unit will be repeated from here onwards, and same unit will be repeated guys. Now here from this one we can write the number of types of bonds. In this one guys, we have 3 P double bond O bonds, and we have 3 POH bonds. The next one, 3 POP bonds present in this one. Okay, so this is the first POP bond and second POP bond, and one more we can get on terminal side. So in this one we have 3 POP bonds. Okay, and the next one, oxidation state. So here on each phosphorus we have plus 5 oxidation state. On each phosphorus we have plus 5 oxidation state. And the next one, this one we can obtain by treating H3PO3 with bromine with Br2. So Br with Br2. So upon heating this H3PO3 with Br2, we can get this one. Right? And in this one, each molecule in this polymetaphosphoric acid, you see each phosphorus undergoes sp3 hybridization, and geometry is tetrahedral geometry. Right? So this is about all the acids. And next one, the preparation, the geometry, the structure, hybridization, and various types of bonds present in each and every oxo phosphorus. So right guys, this is about oxo acids of the phosphorus, and when you observe all the acids of the oxo acids of the phosphorus atom has tetrahedral geometry, and that one undergoes sp3 hybridization. And the next one, in each acid, so there is at least one P double bond O bond, and the next one at least one POH bond is present. Right? In all the oxo acids of the phosphorus, all phosphorus atoms present in each molecule undergoes sp3 hybridization and has tetrahedral geometry, and each and every molecule at least one P double bond O bond and at least one POH bonds are present. In the next one, the oxo acids of the phosphorus in which phosphorus has oxidation state less than +5, then that one undergoes disproportionation. Reaction. The oxo acids of the phosphorus in which phosphorus has oxidation state less than +5, so upon heating that one undergoes disproportionation reaction. I will give you one example. H3PO3, phosphorus acid. So you know guys, in this molecule upon the phosphorus oxidation state is +3. Now when you heat the 4 molecules of the H3PO3 molecule, upon heating this one decomposes to PH3 and the next one H3PO4. 3 moles of the PH3 and 1 mole of the H3PO4. In PH3 molecule, phosphorus has -3 oxidation state, and in H3PO4 molecule, you know guys, this one has, let me calculate the oxidation state here, 1 phosphorus present and 3 hydrogen plus 4 oxygens present. Overall charge is 0. Phosphorus, hydrogen has +1 oxidation state, so +3, and here you can get -8. So guys, upon this one we have +5 oxidation state. Now you see same element, that is phosphorus, here undergoes oxidation. This is the oxidation, and the next one from here to here, this is reduction. Here +3 oxidation state changes to +5, oxidation state increases, so that is known as the oxidation process. Now from +3 to -3, oxidation number decreases, so that is the reduction. In a given reaction, if same atom undergoes oxidation and reduction, that is disproportionation reaction. In oxo acids of the phosphorus, in which phosphorus has oxidation state less than +5, that one undergoes disproportionation reaction. Okay guys, and the next one, in a given oxo acid of the phosphorus, if we have pH bonds, then that acid acts as a strong reducing agent. Example, H3PO2. So now in this molecule guys, we have 2 pH bonds present in this one. So this one acts as a strong reducing agent. You know the structure of this molecule, P double bond O, OH, H and H. Now you see guys, how many pH bonds are there? 2 pH bonds are there. So now in a given acid, if there are number of pH bonds, that acid acts as a strong reducing agent. One example let us see. When you treat this H3PO2 molecule with 4 moles of the AgNO3, then we can get here Ag, 4 moles of Ag, 4 moles of the HNO3, and we can get H3PO4 and water also, 2 moles of the water. So here when H3PO2 is treated with AgNO3 in the presence of water, this AgNO3 undergoes reduction. So here Ag has oxidation number +1 and here Ag has oxidation number 0. So this is a reduction process. Now here which is responsible for this reduction here? H3PO2. So this is known as a reducing agent. So the oxo acid of phosphorus, which one has pH bonds, that one acts as a strong oxidizing agent. And one more important thing, students. So now in a given oxo acid of the phosphorus, sometimes we have pH bonds and sometimes we have POH bonds. Example, previous molecule, let us take H3PO2. So now you see in this one we have POH bonds and pH bonds. Now here these POH bonds are bone ionizable. These bonds doesn't ionizable. Means from this H plus ions won't produce. From this H plus ions won't produce, guys, when it is dissolved in molecule. Now here this part undergoes hydrolysis. This part gives H plus ions. So this one is ionizable and this gives H plus ions, and next one PO4 PO minus. So now this molecule, when you dissolve in water, this part undergoes ionization and this bonds won't undergo ionization. So when you dissolve this one in water, we can get P double bond O minus H plus H plus. Right? So these bonds are not ionizable, guys. Only POH bonds are ionizable and gives H plus ions. So right, guys, this is